For a great cup of joe, there's one thing you should know. Your morning brew can also be playful. Buff Boy Brewing guys make the temperature rise. And you surely feel naughty when you swallow our coffee. If you want some real heat, give your mouth a fine treat. You will want some more, rest assured. Buff Boy Brewing, you can't get enough of.
It's time for The Scribble, your weekly fix of celebrity chats, bizarre stories in the news, and basic random chatter with best-selling author and syndicated radio host Jeremy Bradley. Make sure your seat is in the upright and locked position and your barf bag is securely in place. Here's Jeremy Bradley.
Thank you very much, Larson. Jeremy Bradley here. This is The Scribble. Thanks for tuning in on your favorite podcast app. We are calling this The Birthday Show, everybody. And before you jump to conclusions, this is what's funny. It's not my birthday. We're just, because every year, right? Every year you have a birthday, for the most part. You know, as you get older, right? At certain ages, you kind of stop counting them, but you get what I mean. Every year you have a birthday. And you can either make a big thing of it, right? Make a big deal of it, or just let it coast along, right? Some people just don't even want any attention on their birthday. And so we're going to talk with our executive producer, Bonnie Winters, today about, you know, memorable birthdays and the best things. You know, do you like a surprise party? Do you not like a surprise party? And then we're going to talk birthday divas, because those are the people that piss me off. And this is what I'm talking about here. These are the people who expect to be wined and dined. Like, when you come into an office, it's the person who's thinking, my desk is going to be decorated today. Yeah, and then they're going to take me for lunch. And then they're going to expect that, right? Or they're going to expect that my desk is going to be decorated and that they're going to take me for lunch and that they're going to give me a card and they're going to have cupcakes and there's going to be a cake and they're going to do... That is a birthday diva. When you have the expectations, these are coworkers. They have no obligation to, you know, kiss your ass for your birthday. And then you've got the people who you don't even know when it's their birthday. Right? They just, today's my birthday. Or, yesterday was my birthday. And you're like, happy birthday. Why didn't you just... And then it's just awkward at that point. I'm one of the people that I really don't care to be acknowledged on my birthday because I've never... I don't know. And it's like when people call me on New Year's Eve, or I guess it's technically New Year's Day, on the New Year. And, you know, people call after midnight, oh, Happy New Year. I don't celebrate it. So it's like, I just, thanks, but So I'm not one of those people who will, you know, text and call around and say, Happy New Year, because it's not, whatever. You know, I just don't. So anyway, we're going to talk about birthdays with executive producer Bonnie Winters. And then I'm going to answer a listener question because we're speaking of celebration. What happens when you're not invited to a celebration, but pretty much all of your family is? Yeah, talk about a snub. We'll get to that a little bit later. And it all starts on The Scribble right after this.
Who are the Kardashians feuding with now? What did that little thug Justin Bieber do this time? Who's getting hitched? And who's headed for Splitsville? Hear the latest celebrity news and gossip every day on Entertainment Wrap-Up. The good, the bad, the ugly, but mostly the ridiculously hilarious. It's all recapped in this daily segment at entertainmentwrapup.com. Have a laugh at the expense of the rich and famous when they take themselves way too seriously. It's 3 minutes of time-wasting fun at entertainmentwrapup.com. Check out Entertainment Wrap-Up at entertainmentwrapup.com. Brought to you by Speak Free Books.
Yes.
Birthday Granny Bonnie Winters joining us on the line. There she is.
Oh, no.
I figured we have to do this sneak attack because we don't tape on your birthday, so we got to do it today.
Okay.
All right. So you sent me some pictures, and I'm just wondering who that little fella is. Just to bring everybody up to speed, Bonnie and I, we've mentioned this on the show, Bonnie, we've known each other for almost like a good 15 years or so. And
well, sometimes I think it's too long, but
yeah.
Okay.
And there's just sometimes where we get on this roll, and even back when we worked at a publishing company in the offices there, sometimes the zingers would just come one after the other. You'd get some good shots on me too, I'm going to admit that. But now in your advanced age, you know, it's a little bit hard to come by. Let's talk birthdays for a second, Bon. I think we've actually had this discussion on the radio before, but tell me about your best birthday ever.
Best birthday ever?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a toughie. They're all good.
Oh, here we go. It's the Alzheimer's, everybody. She doesn't even... Okay, all right. So...
Well, seriously, they're all good. I mean, you have a birthday. Wow, that means you're still kicking.
How do you normally celebrate, aside from drinking as you are right now?
How do I normally celebrate? Well, I just let everybody wait on me. That's how it should be. Right?
Well, that's no different than... You remember the whole... You remember when you always expected me to open the door for you when we would be coming back to the office?
I sure
Do you remember
did.
that? And I would stand there and wait for you to open it because I ain't your bitch.
Well, I still expect you to open the door.
Not going to happen. Not going to happen. What's the best...
Well, yeah, because you're never on time.
No,
so
well, and that's the thing, yeah. And well, now thanks to you, we have those buttons that you hit and then the door automatically opens, right? We've had to do that now to get you into the building.
Well, yeah, they come in handy occasionally.
Okay, so what's the best birthday gift you ever got then?
Oh, best birthday gift. Wow. You know, I'm not really into gifts per se, right?
You just texted me gifts that you got and sent me a picture of gifts you got, lady.
Yeah, but those were just like totally unexpected things that just popped up out of nowhere, you know.
But gifts are gifts. What does that have to do with anything?
Well, it's just, you know, usually I get together with people and you tell everybody, no, don't bring gifts. You're just you know, just be there and we'll have a good time. And then, yeah. So this kind of really blew me away.
Okay.
All these little things that have been showing up this year.
All right, let's quit circling the airport and bring this baby in. What's the best birthday gift you ever got? We're 3.5 minutes into this, everybody. What have we learned today?
The best gift I ever got. Oh, gee, I don't know. I honestly, I can't think of anything in particular. I mean, you know, it's all about just doing things and being with people and going places and I mean, come on, let's face it, Jeremy. You know how you and I are about our genie's cakes, right? I mean, it's just not a birthday unless you have a genie's cake.
So now, I'm going to try to flatten this out here, everybody. So your best gift ever was a cake?
Well, there's bar none. Genie's cakes are the best. And I just love Genie's cakes.
You know,
how
wait
many times have I had to fight you to get my piece of Genie's cake for my birthday?
Where I'm going to fight you is you're giving away free advertising on my show. So let's stop dishing out the brand names here. But so again, in the decades and decades that you've celebrated birthdays, your best gift ever was a surprise or a cake.
Oh, gee. You know, I'm just... Jeremy, I've been drinking Prosecco tonight. And you're asking me about birthday presents. I can't think. You know, it's been a good day.
All right.
Honestly, I'm blank. I just can't think of anything like super, you know, special.
Okay. All right. Well, that took us 5.5 minutes to get there. So let's...
I know, that's terrible. That's terrible. I honestly can't think of anything, you know. Gee whiz. I don't know. I honestly can't think of anything that was my best birthday. Well, how about you? What have you ever had for your birthday that's...
Ladies and gentlemen, 6 minutes in, she is spinning it to have me answer the question that she didn't answer. I'm just
you're going to edit most of this out.
Not at all. We've got time to fill, baby. We have time to fill in the show. What I will say is that one of the best birthdays that I had, it's not a gift. Well, I guess in a way it sort of was a gift, is when we were broadcasting from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. We were taping our travel shows, which also doubled for my birthday. So I would consider, even though I was being paid to go and vacation and do this stuff, I would say that it was a great gift when the Marriott Resort in Puerto Vallarta surprised me with a cake and nice lunch on my birthday and balloons to my hotel room and things like that. Now, is that technically a gift? Well, sure, I'm going to say that it was a gift. But it was the gesture, and similar to, I think, what Bonnie was dodging around for 5 minutes and 45 seconds, was that it was the kind gesture showing that somebody cares and they've put some thought and effort into recognizing your birthday. So if it was a gift, per se, yes, it was. But again, I was also there for work, and it was also... Oh, and I flew first class. They did fly me there first class and everything. You guys all got to sit in the back of the plane. So that, damn well that makes it the best birthday gift ever. But okay, so at least I've given you an example. And I will mention Marriott Puerto Vallarta because they have been a partner with us on our radio shows for many years. But go on, Bon, and if you can not mention any named cakes, continue your answer.
Well, okay, just... days before, well, it wasn't right on my birthday, but very close, I gave birth to my second child. How about that for a birthday present?
Wow.
No. Let's take that one out. No, seriously.
Now, if your kid was born 9 months after your birthday, I would say, ba-boom.
They're all good. They're just being with family and friends, and I mean, that's what I remember is being with family and friends. And Jeannie's cake, I have to get that in there.
All right. So, Bon, are you too drunk then to get laid tonight, or what's going on, Bonnie Winters?
Oh, come on now.
Inquiring minds want to know. Are you gonna go for a third baby?
No, not at this stage of the game.
Because Ripley's would pay a fortune for that.
Yeah.
All right, so you don't even have a materialistic birthday gift, despite the pictures that you've sent me of wine and cheersing with some little young man there.
Well, no, it's just all the people I hear from and talk to and see, and lunches out and dinners out and get-togethers, and that's what I remember about my birthdays is the people I'm with and the things we do together, and that's the best part of birthdays, getting together. It's
true. I know that, bingo at the home with my grandma was always a special time for me, too.
Yeah, right. And gee whiz, thanks a lot for this darn COVID thing that's going to, kind of put a crimp in the style.
We got to wrap this up because we've already eaten away a third of the show, getting absolutely nowhere. So let's tell everybody then, how old are you turning this year?
Well, it's a landmark.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just leave it at that.
75, ladies and gentlemen, 75 years old today. And you know what? We're out of time. Bonnie Winters, thank you so much for joining us. Happy 75th, Bon.
Oh, boy. Don't even go. Well, okay, I'll take it. Hey, what's wrong with 75? Even though I'm not there yet, but...
Where are you, Bon?
I'm here. Believe me,
I'm here. I don't know that you are. All right, we gotta go. Thanks, Bon.
Oh, thank you.
It's never too early to start thinking about your next holiday. Have you checked out Mexico recently? From tequila tasting, swimming with horses, to ziplining through the jungle and watching whales and dolphins in their natural habitat, Puerto Vallarta has it all. Visit mexico.jbonair.com to see all the fun PV has to offer. That's at mexico.jbonair.com for hundreds of photos, interviews, and videos from around the tourist hotspot. Check out mexico.jbonair.com for all the fun. That's mexico.jbonair.com.
Isn't it crazy that you wait for payday, but before you know it, you're strapped for cash again? It's time to stop blowing your money and become a smart spender with the book, The Official Guide to Being an American Cheapskate at cheapskatebook.com. Learn simple ways to cut costs at home every day and during special times of the year. Don't go broke at Christmas. Don't remortgage the house for a fancy vacation. The book is filled with tips to save you money throughout the year. Check out the best-selling book, The Official Guide to Being an American Cheapskate at cheapskatebook.com or on Amazon and iTunes.
Jeremy Bradley here, back on the Scribble. In this segment, I want to talk about birthday divas. And I think even just by that name, you know where I'm going, don't you? Birthday divas. These are the people who can't just... There's almost like there's two extremes. There's the people who want to fly under the radar and go, I don't want anybody knowing it's my birthday, not a big deal, whatever, just carry on with your day. And then the people who expect like the grand entrance. And, I've worked in offices where you might have people do that nicely, where they decorate the person's desk or cubicle, as a fun sort of a prank, right? Balloons, happy birthday, and then you feel obligated to take them for lunch because it is their birthday. And then you have the people whose birthday it is that just expect that. So on the way into work, they're going, okay, I wonder who's going to be giving me a card today. I wonder what treats are going to be on my desk. I wonder where they're taking me for lunch, right? They have that expectation. That's the birthday diva title that I've given. So I have a friend. I was going to say she's probably a colleague now after this, but her birthday was the other week, and I'm not one of those people who, I don't gush and do like a big happy birthday phone call. I might do it the odd time, and we've played them here on the show. But, if I have a family member who's got a milestone birthday, like my aunt turning 65 or my mom turning, or that, and I might play a joke, and then I'll stage something that's funny, but it also gives me radio content. So I've done things like that. But I'm not one of those people who looks at the calendar and is watching going, oh, it's so-and-so's birthday tomorrow. Okay, what should I do? Now, because I just don't. If my phone dies or Facebook stops reminding me that it's somebody's birthday, I'm lost. For the most people, I'm lost. And so this birthday diva, I was like, well, I've got a really funny sort of joking relationship with her. Well, what I'll do, and we don't really video chat, we would more sort of get together or have a phone call. But I thought, okay, well, let me dress in like a silly hat, a boa. I'll get the dog in like a little party hat and something silly, and then we'll video chat her. Well, this is a person who basically never goes anywhere without her phone. Like this is somebody who it's attached at the wrist or attached at the palm, her phone. You can't go anywhere. She just, she's one of those people that if she even leaves her desk and the phone is there, first thing, even before touching the chair, she's touching the phone to see what she's missed. And you remember I wrote that book called Put Down Your Damn Phone already. So for me, I just leave your damn phone. But I will say that I would make an exception on a birthday because you know that people are going to be calling you. So yes, while I find it obnoxious to be at a restaurant with somebody and they've got their phone on the table and they're looking at it, whatever. No, you're with me at this restaurant. Focus is here on this conversation that we're having, and that's that. You could maybe have your phone ringing in your pocket or, something, but it's not getting the majority of your attention. So what I'm getting at is, of all days that I would say, okay, fine, if we're out for lunch and you're getting a million phone calls because it's your birthday, that's passable, is what I mean, okay? And so I was like, okay, so I called her around noonish or so, right around the time that you might be at lunch or something, and it says call refused almost immediately. Okay, well, bitch, hit ignore. Wow, okay, well, I'm going to try again. Bitch, hit ignore. Okay, one more time. Again, different if she's driving or something. Sure, I understand that. If she's at the movies, okay, I understand that. I get a text reply, just at brunch, can't talk now. No, that's the exact time that you can talk. Excuse me, lady. That's when you can talk. Again, whoever you're with, whether it's your family, your spouse, your boss, whoever it is, that's a time where people will give you a pass and be like, oh, okay, you know what? Yeah, you're getting a call. Because somebody like her, on her birth, that is the day that all of the attention is about you. So why would you play hard to get, basically? Why would you do that on your birthday? That's how I look at it. You're playing hard to get. You're wanting the attention. Well, you're just going to piss people off. This isn't just like a call, oh, hey, how you doing? I think calling to say happy birthday is a little bit different than that. Sure, the call might only be a minute because you don't have much to say to them. It's just like, oh, happy birthday. What are you doing today? All right, well, have a good day. I mean, that's the extent of it for most people. I know when I get a call from, a relative or something who doesn't know me very well, they feel obligated to call me, make the chit chat, and that's it. But for this, I look at that and go, first of all, she would probably realize that I never video chat her. So if I'm video chatting her, it's likely going to be something funny and silly and goofy. And so to hit ignore, yeah, I was offended. Yeah, maybe call me bitter. Fine. I was bitter. And I was pissed off about that. The person who wants the attention. Well, here I am. I'm giving you a fucking video. Oops. Uh-oh. Language. Oh, we're not on the radio. Okay. Never mind. Carry on. I really did before used to have a sign in front of me that would say radio or podcast because I'd watch my language accordingly. But yeah, I was really annoyed that on the birthday, and then I gave it about an hour, and then I kept trying again, and basically, yeah, she just gone silent then for the rest of the day. And so I was just mad. I was like, screw you then. Screw you. Here I am, trying to make you have a laugh. I don't get anything from it. What do I get from going to, trying to make the dog sit for the camera and do it? No, I'm trying to make you have a laugh on your birthday. And this is the thanks I get, everybody. Tell me what you think about birthday divas who, and again, I can only imagine what she's like in the office where she works. She's not a coworker of mine. I mean, I own this company. If she was like that, bitch be outside, out the door. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. But, and I think back a couple years ago, we did go for lunch on her birthday, and we went and played pool, and we had we had an expensive lunch. But it was almost like there was just that expectation that, well, you're just going to keep buying drinks, or, this is going to happen. And it's like, it's your birthday. You really did nothing for this. Do you know, you just happened to be born on this day. How many tens of millions of people have the same birthday? It's not why today is it special for you? You were born on this day. Okay. But, all right. So, and then the interesting thing too, somebody had mentioned to me about the whole politics of Facebook posts on your birthday, right? Is that people who are on Facebook, most people are on Facebook, so you know what I'm talking about, is that you lay low on your Facebook page for most of the day. Generally, most people do. And you let everybody send you happy birthday messages, right? That because they didn't know it was your birthday, but Facebook tells them, so they feel obligated to. And you're watching that throughout the day. You're seeing that, right? 10 o'clock in the morning, noon, 2, 3, 7 p.m. What's the cutoff, though? How much time do you give people? Because then at the end is when you do the whole thanks everybody for the birthday wishes, but because you don't answer every single public post, you don't go thank you. That's beneath you on your birthday. You are not wasting that time. You are not doing that on your birthday, are you? No, you're not. You're waiting, and your cutoff will be probably the end of the day because you don't want. Now you're going to make people feel bad. Who you go and say thanks to everybody at 7:30, 8:30 p.m. Somebody else is like, "Oh, happy birthday," or the next day because they see you thanking the people who were considerate and message, and But yeah, Facebook is one of those places where you let the messages pile up, and then you might scroll through them. You'll screw through them at the day. You don't lie. You're looking at them to see who, and then you're trying to figure out who didn't say something to you, right? Because now they're on your hit list. And then at the end of the day is when you do the big thank you. I don't feel a phone call, sending people to voicemail or ignoring a phone call on your birthday. I think that's a little bit different now. I don't know. So tell me, is that just being a birthday diva? Am I being sensitive? Or is she just a bitch? Send me an email live@jbonair.com. live@jbonair.com.
Ever had something to get off your chest but never had the balls to say it? That's a load of crap. Speak Free with JB.com is exactly what you've been waiting for. Your chance to tell it like it is and not care what anybody else thinks. Have your say on issues of the day. Join newspaper and radio columnist Jeremy Bradley as he tells it like it is. Hundreds of thousands of people have stopped by, including some well-known celebrities who have had a chat with JB and speak candidly about what's really going on in the world. You can join them too. Have a rant or a rave. Be brave and head on over to www.speakfreewithjb.com now.
Jeremy Bradley here, back on the Scribble. Thanks so much for tuning in. You know what? I get fan mail from time to time. I do get some. No, it's emails, and I don't do the social media thing. But people email me, want to know my opinion, right? Because I have something to say about everything. And a couple of weeks ago, no, actually, I guess it's more. It's at least a couple months ago now. We had somebody email in, and we read the story on the show, and then talked about it. But somebody was not invited to a family get-together for New Year's. Basically, the brother coordinated a shindig of sorts, and parents were invited, the other sibling was, cousins were invited, but just not the person, not the listener. And so the question was, like, should I confront my brother? Like, how do, basically, I was totally left out from this get-together. And so that prompted somebody else to email in and say, hey, you know what, I've got a similar situation, JB, I want to know your thoughts. Well, I'm here to dole out the advice. So let me get to the email here. A guy that I went to high school with, who was practically my best friend until we graduated, later became better friends with my brothers. They have more of the same interests than we do. It's not that anything bad happened between us, but we just drifted apart over the years. Now he's getting married, and my brothers were invited to the wedding, and so were my parents, but I wasn't. Should I confront him or let him bring it up to me? He comes to our family get-togethers for my nephew's birthday, so I worry the next time we cross paths it will be awkward. Okay, so first of all, that's just gross if you're having birthday parties for your nephew right now, just given the times that we're in, right? Anytime I read about a party or a get-together, I get goosebumps and I want to wash my hands right away, and I'm not even there. So I don't know that you're having a party for your nephew. I don't know. You have a birthday once a year, so maybe it's coming, maybe, I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, and awkward for who? So I worry that the next time we cross paths, it will be awkward. If anything, it's awkward. It's going to be awkward for him, not you. And so I wouldn't worry about you feeling awkward. If anything, now just because I'm a dick, I would sort of lead him to the topic of the wedding and then just get him to that point where he maybe connects the dots and is like, oh shit, I didn't invite you, hey? And yeah, make it awkward for him. And if you have to bring up the wedding, ask him questions about it. So when are you guys getting married? Right? And totally be like you heard the gossip, or that it's something that you just happen to hear about, and see if he connects the dots. Now, personally, I would not go to the wedding then, right? Because if anything, you'd likely get a secondary pity invitation, and for me, that's just not. If you didn't think of me on the first go round, no thanks. Do I want a second, a leftover invitation? Oh yeah, we've got an extra seat if you want to come. No, I wouldn't. I would say no. But secondly, at the same time, when it says here, it's not that anything bad happened between us, we just drifted apart over the years. So I wonder then why you're actually bothered by it. Why are you, like, maybe, I don't know what the interest, they have more of the same interests than we do. So whether that's, I don't know if they're parents or if it's football, like sports, whatever it is. I mean, obviously if they have a better friendship and they've got more in common, well, if you had something in common, you would still be in touch with this friend and you guys would still be communicating and getting together and doing things, right? So I kind of just wonder, it's probably insulting then that, yes, the rest of the family, even though you were there first, in a roundabout way of saying it, that it's probably hurtful. But at the same time, and I also want to know here where it says we've just drifted apart over the years, how many years are we talking about? 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? Because if it's 20 years ago, and you haven't spoken to this guy and the only time that you've had contact is at a family get-together once a year, well, then he's not really a friend then at that point. And have you reached out to him? Like, how did you guys just stop communicating? When did that happen? Did it just sort of stop? And not that I'm all about social media, but are you guys friends on Facebook? Does he comment on your stuff? Does he send you a message every now and then? Like, is there just no contact whatsoever? And yeah, so I mean, there's just all these questions that you would want to ask yourself too. Do you want a friendship with this person? Would you even want to go to the wedding then if he invites you? I don't know. To me, it seems like you're genuinely concerned when you say that you worry that it'll be awkward, and I can sense that you don't want it to be strange. Like, you don't want to come face to face with him and then have him go, oh crap, I totally forgot to invite you, hey? Because that's a bigger slap in the face than just not even saying anything at all and kind of brushing it under the rug. So, I don't know. I mean, those would be my questions for you. Do you want a friendship with this person? Do you want to go to the wedding? Do you want to strong arm your way into an invitation to the wedding? Because at that point, I mean, And secondly, like I said, if it's happening in the near future, I wouldn't want to go anyway, just because that's so gross with the cooties and the corona and everything that's happening. Yeah, no, I would be happy that I wasn't invited, quite honestly. But no, I understand the question. So anyway, listeners, if you have some thoughts or feedback or input on this scenario, I'd love to hear from you. You can send me an email, live@jbonair.com, live@jbonair.com.
We hear you chirping. Get scribbling. Tweet up the Scribble at The Scribble Show. Join the discussion with Jeremy Bradley. It's all going down right now on Twitter @The Scribble Show and @thescribbleshow.com.
Jeremy Bradley here, back on The Scribble. Oh, we're out of time. Okay, wrap up. That's what they're telling me. You know the email address already, live@jbonair.com, live@jbonair.com. Happy birthday. So if it's your birthday and you're celebrating, I don't have a big parade for you or anything like that, but have a good day. Yeah, I don't know. Make the most of it, I guess. And I will talk to you same time, same place next week. Again, thank you so much, everybody who emails, follows, subscribes, tells somebody about it. I do appreciate that. So it's always great hearing from you. Once again, live@jbonair.com. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll talk to you next time right here on The Scribble. Bye-bye for now.
Want more Scribble? Check out thescribbleshow.com for past shows, celebrity interviews, cheapskate tips, and more. That's at thescribbleshow.com and on Twitter at The Scribble Show. The Scribble is a speak-free media presentation.
If you want some real heat,